fold. Fucking dumb. Fucking boom, baby, boom. Oh, fuck. Yo, we watching fucking Stephen A. Smith on General Hospital. That's hilarious. We got King 4 and fold. We are on a delay. That's right, though. Usually we play poker without a delay, but today we're gonna play poker on like multiple tournaments. So we're going to what do we call it? We're gonna protect ourselves by having a short delay. It's not a super long delay. It's not 5 minutes. It's 2.5. Most fun I have is interacting with chatters, because that makes this experience more fun. But as a new channel, you know, you're not going to have sometimes any viewers for quite a while, and just gotta still pretend like there is, kind of, because if you don't, then they're just going to be like, anyone that tunes in is going to be like, oh, that's just dead air. He's not talking. He's not doing anything. And they leave, but before you even realize they were there. So that's one thing I've learned. So you just gotta act like you're talking to people. Currently playing this tournament on screen, playing the satellite off stream on the side here. We will be playing a couple 550 tournaments, including a mystery bounty with 6K guaranteed, which will be super fun if we were to make it into the money. We could arguably 3-bet here with ace-5 suited because we're so deep right now. Blinds are only 300, 600, and we have 100,000. Good enough to peel. 4 on the turn. 7-8 gets there. So that hits us hard on the river. Only hands we get called by are like 9s we're kind of triggering. I think he's gonna fold ace king, ace queen type hands. Didn't think it was very likely we'd get value there. Our pair of 5s were good before the set happened. So like again, we could have raised our 10-8 of diamonds, probably should have. Just, you know, we got kind of like just a call station, kind of just playing any 2, trying to play almost bingo, I guess, maybe. We're gonna take the lead here. Try to build the pot if we can. You know, even a 7-9 queen is good for us here. We do make the flush. I think we'll go 36. Do get called 8 on the river. It appears our opponent has a hand. When they bet small, like that was a 3rd pot, they kind of just want to get called, I think. So we're going to raise. And we're going to take the pot down with our flush. Up to 143. So it was a solid sized pot considering how low the blinds are. We are over 200 big blinds right now. Upcoming, and if we do bad in this tournament, is a 550 pot limit Omaha high-low event. I think that starts in like 45 minutes, and then there's an hour and 12 is a 550 mystery bounty with 6K guaranteed on 888 Poker. Good things about 888 Poker is it's even softer than this this website. It's probably one of the softest online poker rooms, and I couldn't recommend a poker site more than 888 Poker right now, because if you're playing poker, what do you want to do? Win. Where is it the easiest to win on? 888 Poker. You know, like GG Poker is the top dog now, overtaking PokerStars. But it has, like as you see at my table right now, you have 4 Russians, and I believe this is Belarus. Yeah. So we have 4 Russians and a Belarusian. You don't really want a table like that. They tend to be more aggressive and more competent in general. And you'll see that a lot more often on GG Poker. Where on 888 Poker, you'll just find players with no concept of anything really. They're just trying their best, and that can be very profitable. So we got a couple of 7s here. Doesn't really matter what we raise to. It's we're so deep. Usually we go like 2.5, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we're raising, putting 2,200 when we have 140,000 behind. So 10-9 Jack is kind of a terrible flop. The only hands we beat are like 6s, 5s, 4s. Just gonna let it go. Our opponents have, you know, from Jack 10, 8-7, King Queen, King Jack, King 10, King 9, everything. It just smashes our opponent's range. And even if we hit an 8, we could still be cooked. So we're just gonna avoid that situation right there. On like an ace 8-3 flop, we would definitely continue, because a lot of those hands, King Queen, Queen Jack, Jack 10, miss compared to that Jack 10-9 flop where they just smash it on us in there. And that's something that you can try incorporate into your game. Is just know when you're in spots where it's really bad for you, so it doesn't matter how strong your hand is. There was a spot yesterday where I should have folded kings full, as silly as that is, but it was like a king 7 deuce flop, and I had pocket kings. But we'll get to that after this hand. We're gonna raise with our ace 9 suited. Queen 9 3 flop. definitely a continuation here. 8's not a very good turn. 9-8 now beats us. 10-Jack goes drawing. Has the nuts. We're going to check back here. See a 7 on the river. Opponent goes 40%. It seems value-y. But he does have 10-9, and we take down that pot. King Jack off, we could definitely raise, but we can take a hand off after raising the previous one. So the hand where I had pocket kings, it was king 7 deuce flop, right? And I bet. It went bet call. The turn was a 7. And my opponent let out. And I raised on king 7 7 deuce with kings. And he called. And then the river was a 7. And my opponent just full ripped it. And there's just no hands that my opponent has there that don't include a 7. You know, like maybe in the higher stakes, they're taking a line that representing a bluff. But that line has a 7, and despite my hand being kings full, there's nothing I can really beat besides the bluff. And he's over betting pot. And it's a time where he should fold, but I didn't fold. He had a 7. GG's. So I'm gonna go grab a coffee. Be back in a couple minutes to continue after the break. We're back. Still on break for a couple more minutes. Oh, we got a coffee. Tim Hortons maple flavored coffee with French vanilla creamer. It's alright. It's not the best. Hope everyone's having a good Monday. It's Martin Luther King Day in the United States, so basketball games start right now. And then tonight is Dallas Cowboys versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady, who wins the Super Bowl every other year for the past few years. This would be the year he does win it. So, don't know if an 8-9 team can do it, but what else is there? I don't know. We're just chilling. We're gonna play this Bounty Hunters big game on GG Poker. We're up half a starting stack. Then we're gonna play. We got a pot limit Omaha high-low tourney on 888 Poker. Then we have a mystery bounty tournament, which after level 17 in the blinds, mystery bounties kick in, and you can get each time you knock someone out after level 17, you get a mystery prize. And in this specific tournament, which has 6,000 guaranteed, the biggest bounty is guaranteed to be $600, 10%. But 88 Poker does. So despite being at a $5.50 buy-in, which we got in for $1, if we knock out a player, it could be worth up to $600. So it's like winning a tournament if you get the top bounty, which is all luck and some skill, because you still have to get enough chips to be able to knock players out after level 17. But I think mystery bounties are exciting. It's just challenging to make it deep in a tournament and then get knockouts. See, most of the time you won't be. Could take a stab here, just going with pure air. Close. I want to. I feel like something like A7 is going to pick us off or something, you know? King, Queen, Ace, Queen. Do we get through Ace, Queen at the end? Maybe. Maybe if we went like 2/3. Doesn't really matter though. It's I wouldn't say it's irrelevant, but you know, it's a small it's a small pot. I know the action pace isn't going to be as exciting as other streams, probably. We could have multiple tables going and cycle between them. Queen 4 offsuit on the button, we're going to let go. A little about me, I usually stream PGA Tour 2K23. I am a huge golf fan. Right now I'm struggling on the game, having some issues with my Xbox controller. But when I'm streaming and just talking through poker hands, I have a lot of success, it seems. Even though I'm a tighter player than some, not the tightest though, I'm not a nit. But like as you see on my table, we got a 40 VPIB, 24, 23, 42. I'm at 21. It's not the low 17s. But that's kind of indicative. I'm like, you know, probably the 6th most active player on a table. Does not mean we can't just blast off and go for it, make hero calls, etc. If we find a good spot, you know. Still play the game, we just play fewer hands than some of the players that are just playing half the hands. And defend here at Jack 9. 8-6-3 wouldn't be too bad if we had like some backdoor spades or hearts, but we don't. Can take a card here. We get a check back and then the river is 10 or lower, we can blast. Going for a second shell. Can let it go. I would see like a lot of his range to give up there, and then we can try to take it away on the river. Or if we would have hit a jack or 9, we would have had we had plans. It wasn't just jack or 9. But when he goes second shell, don't improve at all. You're just gonna let it go. So one of the things on 88 Poker, or not 88, the GG Poker, is whenever you knock out a player, there's a special bounty jackpot that you contribute to, and you can win up to $100,000 with any knockout. That would be something really extreme, incredible shit if we could just like, boom, we won 100,000 in the 250 tournament. But it's just like winning a slot jackpot. It's extremely rare. What else we got going here? Stream quality says it's still good, so it doesn't seem like we're dropping frames. So if we do have the space background, but if we were to drop frames, we would turn that off. Having this maple flavored coffee from Tim Hortons, and it has a hint of booze. I guess we fold here. If we were like in the big blind, we would defend for sure. But if we call, we could get 4-bet. We do get in 2 3s. We get back to back. It's funny when you raise 2.8x is one of your features, and then it's like 3-3 is like your hand. We get 3-bet now. We're kind of like, it went raise, re-raise with 3s. Now it's raise, re-raise with 3s. He folded. We're not. We're going to defend. Flop comes 4-4 deuce. We're going to check. Goes a third. We'll call. 4 on the turn. Going to check. Get checked back, and we're gonna go for some value here. I put our opponent on ace king, ace queen. That's why it's a tank. He has ace king. We have 3s, and we're gonna take down the pot. Just to, you know, play enough poker hands, you can develop a feel where you know exactly where you're at. And if you know where you're at, and you just trust that, you have 3s there, and you have your opponent on a hand that's less than 3s, in terms of the overall hand, you just go for a size that you think that hand specifically will call you, and then take down a nice little pot. But you wouldn't get that extra if you just check back. We are listening to non-copyright music just to keep the, you know, we don't want any stream issues. This is not the music I would be listening to if I was playing off stream. But it's just good to have a little background, especially when you're playing one table. I'll try to keep as little dead air as possible on the stream by just rambling on even to myself, but we'll defend here at the 10-5. Good for the game of cribbage, not good for poker. Jack 10-3 flop. So our opponent checks back. We're gonna bet the turn. I think our opponent would not check back king queen, but like an ace-8 type hand they would. And I think we're just gonna let it go. I think our opponent has ace-8, and I'm not gonna pay it off just to try to see if I'm right or not. It's a common mistake. Just look at my other table we got on the side screen off stream. We ripped 8 into ace 7, queen 4, 2, 10 on the turn, 2 on the river. We'll double up in the satellite. I'm gonna make it 3360 here again against this guy. Don't see too many folds, you know. That player's not very happy when you own them. With that 3s versus ace king type hand. Hope you're having an amazing day if you're up there. I would like to have more edgy stream where I'm just like, fuck you, you fucking piece of shit, every 2 seconds, you know, but at the same time, I have respect for anyone who tunes in. It's always appreciated. So our opponent's just full-time banking, sitting out. Okay. I'm just watching another classic 888 poker hand where one player ripped it in with kings and the other guy called it off with 7-5. And then 7-5 rivered him to win. But that's why you should play on 888 poker. You shouldn't be watching streamers. Just kidding. You should be watching streamers. You shouldn't be gambling in the first place. But if you are a poker player and you enjoy poker, you're going to have more success playing on a softer site in general. It's not saying, though, people are going to be results oriented. If you have a deep run on one site, like you and at 250 on PokerStars with 5,400 entrants, you get third for like $700. You know, doesn't matter what I say. You'll be like, oh, I want to play on PokerStars. I do well on here. And that's fair enough. PokerStars, I assume, has became a softer online poker room since they banned players from the Russian Federation, which is very understandable considering their heinous attack on Ukraine still ongoing. Sorry about that. I kind of want to see that previous hand where there was 6-5. And it went 4-5, 8, 7, 6, and there was somehow King Jack seemed it all the way. So the flop came 4-5, 8. It was a check call with the King Jack. We're gonna fold the A6 fades here. Even though this player could be a bit sus. So we see a third pot. Looks very weak. Our A6 would never have improved there. We would have probably just check folded. Defend here with 9-6 off, 4-7 jack, rainbow, so we got some back doors, but it's getting pretty thin when you gotta hit a card to pick up a draw. And that's all you're really hoping for. So we're gonna let go. 2 comes on the turn. We'd be drawn just to a pair of 9s or 6s on the river. When you see this player here, they how many hands do they play? 23. I guess it's not enough sample size. It only has 9 VPIP, so he's played like 2 hands of 23. So when you see him fire, and he's played that few hands, you expect he has like kind of an upper tier hand. Just gonna give this guy a walk. You don't really want to go to war with Queen 3 offsuit against someone that we own, because they're going to be a little more sticky. You can open this Jack 8 here on the bun. King Queen 8 flop. Go for a quicker speed of a continuation bet, I think. Interesting, we would have went backdoor house. But nice to get called there. Something to consider, definitely, if you're playing in lower stakes games like this, micro stakes. If you fire your continuation bet fairly quickly, you might see more folds in general. You'll see less speculative calls. And I would use that to your advantage when you're value betting or your continuation betting late, or have backdoor draws and stuff. And another thing is, if you do get called quickly after betting quickly, your opponent is more likely to have hit a piece of that, or as a draw or something. That doesn't matter that you continuation bet. They want to see more cards with their hand. I'm still trying to figure out this streaming thing, you know. That's why I'm talking to just myself. But I'm looking into making some unique content for PGA Tour 2K23 with EA Golf coming out in 3 months or less. Ooh, it could be 2.5 months. that's kind of interesting. I think when they create more, I think there's an opportunity still in PGA Tour 2K23. If you've seen my stream on Saturday night, where I just embarrassed myself, losing in a match play match, blaming my controller initially, but the thing is, with my controller, it would shoot to the left, and you gotta keep it straight, otherwise it's gonna go left. And if I tried to go to the right to like counteract the left, the line would go straight, but the shot would still go right. So there was no winning. And if I was smarter, I would have adjusted on the fly and just started aiming more right and playing for the shot to go left. But when you're in a high pressure situation and you're so used to your standard tempo and stuff, it was just tough for me. I'm just not as strong mentally as I would like to be. We're still in our satellite on the other table. That's why if you hear me click or whatever, I'm not on Facebook. You know, I'm just playing my other tournament, trying to win into another progressive knockout tournament later today. I did have some ideas that I gave to Rob Young, who's one of the heads of Party Poker. Might just be a shareholder now, but I had some great ideas for mystery bounties that would have changed the game, I guess. I think. Guess we get a walk here. Do have 3 sit-outs at our table. And the reason why is because the structure is just so slow. Our opponent just rips 50 blinds, and I can see why. It's so slow. And you're just like, alright, fuck it. We got ace king or whatever. Let's try double up. I get it. You're like, well, why are you streaming this particular tournament? It's a 250 tournament with $10,000 guaranteed. Right? There is you can win a nice chunk of cash for 250. Calling the cutoff the 10-8 of diamonds. My friend, used to be his hand. Comes 8-5-6. So we are facing someone who is playing tighter, but has shown that they just barrel away. So if our opponent checks, we would consider slowing down. It's a 9 on the river. It's a scary board. We are just going to check back, I think. You can see like ace X of hearts something. It's just ace jack. That's why I was thinking, to actually bet there for value. But there's a couple hands like 10s and jacks that you see 9, 8, 6, 6, 5, and your opponent went call, call. There's a lot of hands that beat you. So there is a chance that our opponent had a hand that beat us. That's why we went with the check back. Because there was still some solid hands. And I think if we're going to go for value there, we want to be pretty confident. We have it. And against a player that plays so few hands, 10s and jacks is in his range. Interesting hand here. We see a raise by Solnush K. So he raised on the turn. That's some Russian play right there. I know it was Russian on Russian violence, but having King Queen 7/7 and choosing the turn, take your spade draw, gut shot draw, and turn it into a raise, representing, you might have a 7, but you also have backdoor outs, and then when your flush comes on the river, flush isn't the first thing your opponents are thinking. There's still a pretty poor call on the end from the opponent, but it did get us to see how this player plays, which was very tricky. Oh hey, Circus Baby Gaming. I know I didn't, I apologize, and I know you're not here, but I didn't see. I have my multi-stream chat open, and there's nothing on there for me to read. But on the YouTube chat, there was, "Hi, book the win," and I feel bad now. Get 7-3 offsuit in the big blind. We defend a lot of hands. That wasn't one of them. I'm happy that our number's in the 20s for VPID. That's a happy number. We're gonna 3-bet here in the small blind. Could definitely call here with ace deuce off because we have an opponent with a short stack and a bounty. But if he does shove, we can get ISO jammed. And then we're just still not seeing it. We're gonna have to let it go. Whew. I can see this. It's one of the things about seeing me is you get stress attacks, and your entire body just tightens up. And you feel like something seriously bad's going on. And your shoulders are become just rocks, and neck and everything, and your arms just start to feel weird, and that's what's happening right now. But you just gotta take a little breath and ride the wave. So upcoming things in the future I'm working on right now is interactive game videos where you get to watch a video and interact with it at the same time. So while like watching 9 holes of golf might be interesting in itself, if you're just like, oh, I want to see this 9 holes played at this golf course, or a round at a new course or something. But with that added, it's interactive, so you actually have things to do while you're watching the video. So we're going to try and incorporate that into many different types of videos. Hey Scott, happy Monday to you. Thanks for the luck. I was for about 24 hours. I dusted off a good chunk of cash in the machines. I was pretty frustrated for a good 24 hours. But that has passed. I had a decent sleep last night. Gonna lay down the 5-3 offsuit here. We are up to 200,000 from. We haven't won any big pots. We've just played pretty flawlessly so far. Making some thin value bets. Making some good calls. Could definitely 3-bet here. Our opponent has, how many hands have they played? 20. So it's not enough of a sample size. but we are on a 2-minute and 30-second delay there, Scott. So you will hear this in a bit. We do have a proper delay on the stream. Gonna go for a small value bet here. We do get shoved on. And we have a real decision. So you're calling with 8-9, and then it was just a cooler. It was just a cooler that was like, you know, unavoidable, I think, when it went check, check, check on the flop. Because I was checking like at the top of my range. Gonna shove here just because not from tilt, but from the short stack we have covered. So yeah, we are on a delay. We're gonna try to keep. That's why I gotta keep talking, because anything I say is still delayed. We are down to 63,000. It was a weird spot actually with that ace queen, because I felt like we were beat, and then I was like thinking, but in the modern game, you're not supposed to full top there. I'm sure there'll be like pros analyzing that, would be like, your opponent could have this and this, and that's why calling is the right play. Oh, did Siwoo Kim was the one who finished at the top at the end? Yeah, that's still like a $1 pinata hidden in 3 figures, you know. That's a good bet though. I was gonna bet on the other Kim, Tom Kim, who's like my current like favorite player probably, besides Freddie Couples. We're just gonna check back here, take down that little pot with ace jack. I'm trying to think, what did we got cooked in slots yesterday. That was stupid of me to play slots. We would have won a lot more money. We would have got unstuck from everything if Cincinnati won by 9 or more and they won by 7. They almost didn't win at all, but it looked like at one point we were doing good after the morning game at noon. but went downhill. We were still frustrated. We had like some really unlucky poker hands that happened the night after that golf match. I am currently working on my project that I was talking about, where it's an interactive video. I finished the first half of voice recording right before a table popped up, and I was like, alright, table popped up, so I guess we'll pause that for now and hit the stream, because I was thinking there's a few tournaments we got going today. It's the GG, and it just went over the prize pool, so now it's 10,020 and growing, with still an hour of late reg. We have a mystery bounty tournament coming up on 888 Poker that has 6,000 guaranteed, 550 buy-in. And after level 17, there is mystery bounties. That's disappointing to get a walk with jacks there. I was ready to battle. And the top bounty is $600 US. So, you know, if you can make it past level 17, knock out a player, it's worth up to 600 US. And, you know, that's like winning a tournament if you were to luckily knock out a player that gave you the top bounty. So that'll be pretty fun. We're playing a satellite on the side off stream, trying to get into a $11 mystery bounty as well. I'm excited for the Tampa Bay Dallas game tonight. It is also Martin Luther King Day today, which means there is basketball running all day today. In an hour and 13 minutes, there will be the Toronto Raptors game. We did just bust from our satellite, unfortunately. So we're just gonna put in a little session today, and then I'll work on some projects I have upcoming. I'm gonna try to change things up though, that's for sure. Do we just gamble it up here? Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I don't care if it's a terrible play. Spade or something? No, nothing. Minnesota over, Cincinnati Buffs line. It's a good parlay you had there. Give me 1 second. And did the tournament get canceled? The Pot Limit Omaha, there's a Pot Limit Omaha tournament that's going to have Tell. It definitely could go anyway. Okay, let's 1 second here. Okay. Okay, perfect. So we got the mystery bounty. It starts in 10 minutes. So we're just going to gonna play a couple of these tournaments till it starts. There was another tournament we were gonna play, but apparently got canceled for having too few runners. When I was watching the Dallas Cowboys talk about this game, they seemed so confident and in the right mindset that they were just going to destroy Tampa Bay today. And that could be true. And then I watched First Take, and they were saying how they're always like that, but then they don't show up and back up their talk. And it's a unique situation, that's for sure. I do gonna semi-bluff here with the flush draw. I don't know. Tom Brady is still Tom Brady. Doesn't have his good team, but it's the playoffs now, right? And, like, can you really expect Tom Brady to like be playing at his absolute best in like season 20 or whatever season it is, in the regular season? And he has so much experience in the playoffs getting to the Super Bowl that that has to be some value. We get $2 again. Excuse me. So we're just playing spin gold for a few more minutes. In 2 minutes would be the normal poker break, and then after that will be the start of the mystery bounty tournament, which we'll play. And then after that I'm going to work on some content for the YouTube channel. I'm still trying to figure things out if I'm gonna make a separate channel for the golf content and video game content, and then another channel for poker, sports bets and stuff, because they don't really coincide with each other. Every football game so far that I can recall has been over in the total. Kind of just punted off there with Queen 7. But that's alright, because the play one more, and then we'll go on a quick break before the tournament starts. So, we're gonna get $2 again. How are you supposed to make money? As we're not really getting cards either. Disappointed the Australian Open tennis tournament started, but it lost so many players. And one of the players I was looking forward to seeing is Nick Kyrgios at home. He's exciting to watch, and he withdrew from the tournament last night. There is a good chunk of Canadians, but there's also a huge amount of a huge lack of firepower in the tournament. Our opponent can like see our cards there. I like there's this in Canadian television, there's a channel called TSN, and they have this guy making betting predictions, and I swear he's wrong every single time pretty much. He's like, I like the under on this, and then it's just not even close. It's like, I like this, and then he's definitely wrong. And I was like almost thinking like, I wonder if you could just like bet on the opposite of whatever he says and just make some money. What a job that is. You just sit at a TSN desk and then at halftime you make a bet. You can't do that and he's getting paid. You kidding me? And I bet you like FanDuel's like juicing them on the side, you know, giving them like, here's 10K to bounce some sports. Flop the joint. We're gonna finally win a pot. Just 2 minutes from when you're hearing this till the mystery bounty tournament starts. Opponent goes running threes after I thought, you know, we got this. We didn't have it though. Didn't have it. Definitely didn't have this one either. Okay, I'm just going to go to the intermission screen. I will be back in 2 minutes.
Jack it up.
that. Marketing. Then let's update the title. This is a $5.50 mystery bounty with $6,000 guaranteed. Just going to update this quickly. Close that, and we are good. Good, we got this. We got this. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. All right. So our first tournament of the day, we ran into a cooler on Queen 8-4 with Ace Queen versus Pocket Fours. We could have folded the river. I don't know. We didn't though. And then we kind of like just gambled with 8-7 of spades. And three-way pot to like get back to where we were, plus get a bounty. Did not work out. We played 3 spin and goes. Busted all 3 of them. Now we're playing mystery bounty event. So there is no bounties for the first 17 levels. So the goal is to build up a chip stack. And then when the bounties kick in, start knocking people out for the money. And try to get up to $600. So we have so we 3-bet, went 4-bet call, 5-bet. And I know that lots of these players could be just have absolutely garbanzo. Especially that player. We have a bet call, we got Ace King, and we have 10-9 of spades that calls the 4-bet. We're the 5-bet. 4-bet us with 10-9 of spades. Called the 5-bet, and then King comes on the river to smash his dreams. Which is an interesting start to the tournament. We did move tables. I'm not very happy with that because looks like we had a fun table that if we did pick up a big hand, we could potentially get paid. You know, we had 3-bet 2s in our first hand. Did not get to see. So what else we got here? For my NFL prediction for today, I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to believe in their words. Then I just thought of it and it's like, but it is in Tampa. The crowd does play into the pressure and stuff. Here. I'll raise King Jack offsuit here. looks like we have a much quieter table than our first table. You know, we don't have like 4 and 5 bets. We just have a defend. The fire a second shell with King Jack and take it down. Well, it's very interesting, this tonight's game. It's kind of messing with my head a bit. So we got the Toronto Raptors playing the New York Knicks today in about an hour or so. Maybe an hour and a half. No, it's an hour. It's an hour. Pre-game show's on half an hour. That's why it messed me up. And Poker Stars gave me an interesting bet, which I took. Toronto Raptors to win by 11 to 20 points. So if you beat a team in the NBA, 1 to 10 is probably the most common, but 11 to 20, you know, winning a game by 13 or 14 points isn't that uncommon. And it's 8 to 1 odds. So if the Raptors do damage against the Knicks, which could happen, sure, why not? You know, Raptors shoot well, play well, they can beat the New York Knicks by 11 to 20. You're getting 8 to 1 on that. What else we got for action? You know what? That bet, we have a bet on the Boston Celtics to score more than 63 points in the first half. And I believe it's halftime right now in that game. And they put up 66 points. So we did win our first bet of the day. Hey, we won. We did put on over 63.5 at 2.2 odds. I was very confident in. So we're gonna lead here. I'm surprised we got fold, because like an ace usually would not fold there. If they did, that's interesting, I guess, to say the least. But we did lead there to just get called and then make us another bet on the river to probably just get called again. So we're going to check the turn. One had Jack 8. So very surprised they did not bet for value on the river. That was a perfect spot for them to continue to bet. Checking back's a little weak. Would be an understatement. That's they had the nuts. Gonna defend our button here. Jack 10 of clubs. We're gonna play more hands than usual early in this tournament. I'm trying to pick a great spot to maybe get a double up. You have a really weird 3-bet and a really weird 4-bet. Like we're playing against a couple of NPCs that have 9-9 in their names. They're both NPCs. Like, who makes it 240 there and who re-raises to 480? Besides NPCs, we're playing against NPCs. So we're just gonna check call. Okay, so you bet too small here. So now we're gonna pop it. 8 comes on the river, and we're gonna bet huge. We're gonna bet 3,600 and lose to Kings because he made no fucking sense, and he's an NPC. He made it 360 on the turn, a 7th pot with an overpair, and then just called when we raised. I still don't know what the fuck is going on with some of these players, but that's right. That's why you love 8-8 poker, even though we are getting barbecue chicken. You might be thinking that's a bit thin to go for value there. And no, it wasn't. It was the right play, and it was just weird how he played it. He could have still raised the river. Could have still raised the river. He had Kings there. What's he lose to? It's always suspicious that he has a 7 after he calls there. But then we hit it on the river, so we're just gonna put it in. He flopped the house. We hit a 10 on the river. He give us a straight. You know, sometimes it's just not our day, and today it kind of seems like it's not our day. So we're just going to take a break and relax, enjoy this Monday, work on some other things, try to build up our YouTube channel. We want something to work, you know. Nothing's really worked for us this year. But I hope everyone at least got some entertainment. And we'll be back again whenever I feel like we got something going. Today seemed like something